this is Scott, Insight Freedom. I've decided to jump in for Patriot in the Dark on the blind test on the disassembly and reassembly of a gun. This is the 6-hour P320 X-Carry, and this will be the first time. Actually, I've only broken this thing down twice, and this will be the first time I've done it without being able to see what I'm doing. So let me get my blindfold on here, my SA face mask. No sense in having glasses, don't need those. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is the Sig 320 X-Carry 9mm, and I'm going to kind of describe the gun from grip all the way around to the extended beaver tail on here, the serrations on the slide, both front and rear. Those angles are different than the regular P320. This one happens to have the Sig Romeo 1 red dot sight mounted on it. There is a plate with a rear sight that replaces with this. You access from inside the slide 2 screws. So that is the general front end Picatinny rail. On this one I've got the PL2 Mini Valkyrie on this, and then the front sight on this gun is the Sig X-Ray Tritium night sight. Let's look at it on the other side of the gun. The other side of the gun is still the grip. Back here, extended beaver tail, back plate, forward, same thing with the light and with the red dot sight, same slides. Here we do have on this one, for my right thumb, the magazine release. So let's go ahead and release the magazine, and let's safety check. We can see that there is nothing in there, and this is the slide stop slide release on this side, so we can release that. See the flat trigger, which is different within the X series of these guns. The actual gun in here is just the trigger mechanism that is modular that pops out of this. These frames are replaceable. Everything within this gun is modular. Again, we have here, it is a reversible. You can see over here you can reverse the magazine release in here, and it is truly ambidextrous with that release being on both sides of the slide here. So let's go ahead, lock it back. This is the in the SIGs, they do have this rotating catch in here, and this one is pretty tight on this gun, so I usually push at the top and pull at the bottom until you get it fully rotated. See there that it is in a fully rotated position. And now we're going to release the side release, and we're going to push. So there we have that free from this, and looking on the inside in here, we can see back in here there are the 2 screws that actually hold either the rear sight plate or this Romeo 1 exist in here. There is a spring covering here which involves the removal of some of the internals to remove the spring in order to access that 1 screw, tighten those 2 screws in, and they actually hold the Romeo or the plate in place. And here we do have a double spring recoil spring. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Let's see that element right here, and then we will take 1 second while I do this. Okay, now let's see if I can remember where I was. Business always comes before pleasure, but we were talking about the slide and the points of the connection on this. Again, I did take out, see I still have the barrel in there, so we will leave the barrel. In the barrel you can see that it's a 3.9-inch barrel on this gun, and the locking lugs are very precise on here. So this is one of the tightest locking both slide to frame and barrel two slide that I have ever had. We'll take a closer look here at the inside of it. Again, this serialized piece in here, you can see this window which shows the serial number on here is cut through the side, is the actual gun itself. And with the removal of a single pin, this whole thing comes out and can be replaced into a different frame. You can replace this with like a P320, like the compact or the subcompact frame on this, and they are interchangeable both the way that the rail system, the 2-point front and rear rail system and stuff mounts on here. So there we go with that. Now let's try the reassembly with this in here. So we're back to barrel, lugs up, let's turn back over the slide and place this into place. So now we've got that in place, and if I can remember, there we go with that. Again, the smaller portion, the small spring goes to the rear, the overwrapping second spring goes towards the front into the slide. Once you get that in there, it literally pops down into place. Try to get that centered in there. Now the fun part, we're going to try to get, there is our mounting point there. So we get the slide fitted into there. Comes to the point of the rear, you feel it, that it grabs a little catch back there, and then it pushes into place. Now here is a trick with Sig 320s. Lock this into place and rotate this back into the locked position. Let me show you what happens if you don't do that. The tendency might be just to pull back and to flip this back into place. What you end up with that is a dead trigger. Part of the reset within this and part of the safety mechanism requires that this actually be locked and released, and then we have it go. We have the trigger active again. So again, we'll double check it. So there is the disassembly and reassembly. Let me take this off and look at you for a second and turn the camera up. Hey. So again, there we go. Patriot in the dark. Thanks for the challenge. That was fun. It's kind of fun to feel your way around on a gun and learn a few things about it. Thanks for watching. If anybody else wants to take this challenge, I suggest you join in. Have a good one.